Hi, I'm Liz Neeley. I think that teaching evolution in our schools is critical because this is a simple but powerful and beautiful idea that helps us explore and explain the world around us. In the next 50 years to 100 years, we're facing really challenging questions like, how are we going to feed all the people in the world? How are we going to protect ourselves from diseases and the next epidemic sweeping the globe? Understanding genetics and evolution, which is basically the change in genes and DNA over long periods of time, gives us tools to actually tackle those questions head on. It gives us the ability to do things like breed drought-resistant crops, or to track a virus as it spreads from person to person and a flu strain changes over the course of a season. It gives us a way to deal with these challenges we face. Some of the questions that we ask about the world, like why is the sky blue? How do birds fly? Those are things that we can answer with basic math or chemistry. But when it comes to things about animals and plants and why they behave the way they do, or how it all works, these kinds of biology questions, many of them are really tied up in evolution. And this is a core idea, a core concept. I think that if Americans want to remain competitive on the world stage, we have to have a solid science curriculum. And evolution is part of that, just as much as math or physics or chemistry is. I can't imagine a world without evolution because that would be a world that was stagnant. It would be a world without change. Evolution, and the idea is just as simple as the ability of plants and animals to adapt and to change over time. And I think this gives us a lot of hope, because if that didn't exist, if species couldn't evolve, we would really be in trouble, in danger. But because they do have this ability, it means that we can take basic steps towards conservation and then allow nature to take its course to help us all along, so that the animals and the plants that we care about and that provide humans with benefits will persist into the future. I studied evolution because I was really interested in fish. I remember hearing stories about these little freshwater fish in African lakes called cichlids. And it was like Dr. Seuss. Red fish mated with red fish and blue ones mated with blue ones. And there were hundreds of species of cichlids. But once we introduced new kinds of fish predators, and once we started deforesting the land and letting nutrients wash into the lake, it got really murky. And it was almost like beer goggles for the fish. They couldn't tell the difference anymore between red and blue, and so they all hybridized, and you got this hybrid swarm. And I think understanding how we can impact species not only directly by killing them or removing their habitat, but by all the other things that we do in the world as well, helps us have a better understanding of what we need to do if we want to be, responsible neighbors or good stewards of these ecosystems. I think understanding evolution gives us hope, it gives us tools, and it helps us have a clearer vision of our role and our place in the world.